guys, it's me Kriselle, and I'm back again today with another video. As you saw from the title, today's video is a plan with me for the month of February. I was debating a lot on what theme I wanted to give for this month. I didn't exactly want to do a typical Valentine's theme, your usual black and red or bright pink. I wanted something a little bit different, so I went for a sugar and honey theme, which probably sounds very, I guess, not so specific, but you'll see later on when I started to incorporate yellow, you can actually see the sugar and the honey vibe, and that's supposed to just intend the very sweet and loving theme for the month of February. I have a lot of ideas for future spreads in other months for this year, mostly being, I guess, very seasonal and very different color schemes from each other. I want each month to look very different from the next. As you can tell from January's theme, if you haven't seen my New Year's vlog video, definitely go check that out. In there I showed my spreads for Jan, and that was a lot more crazy and out there, very gold and very, I guess, there's a lot of illustrations in that one with all of the fireworks, which were inspired by Amanda Rach Lee on Instagram and YouTube. But for this month I wanted a very big transition, so I went to something very simple, kind of to suit the smooth transition into the school year. If you're wondering, the spacings for this is, I believe, 5 by 5 for each box, and I was checking my previous calendar spread for Jan to make sure I was getting it right. So I realized I probably forgot to mention the tools I'm using. They should be on the screen right now somewhere. And I am also thinking of changing my smaller account called Kriselle.l on Instagram. If you guys did not know I had an Instagram, or you do not follow me, my usernames are down in the description box below, or they might be on the screen as well right now. But my smaller account is the smaller name, so Kriselle.l is mainly for the aesthetic purpose. I mostly post really pretty photos on there, pictures I spend a lot of time on editing and taking, and I want to start using that for more art purposes or I guess school purposes, so I'll see what I do with that. But if you guys have any ideas for that account, comment them down below. Alrighty, so as you can tell, I've moved on to the mood tracker and habit tracker. My mood tracker is really simple. It's just the longer the line, the better the day was, and it just has a little heart at the end of it. I decided not to do a color-coded mood tracker because that's a little harder for me to do, especially when school is on. So I'll see how this goes. I might change it up for next month, who knows. And as you can also tell, my habit tracker is a little bit different. This is actually probably one of my most favorite spreads in this whole month so far, along with the weekly spread, which you'll see later. But this one's a lot more different than Jan's. As you saw, Jan's one was, I guess, it was a little bit harder for me to see exactly which habits I needed to work on and which ones I didn't need to. This one's a lot more separated and a lot more individual, and it's kind of easier to look at. So now I'm doing one of my extra spreads. I call them extra because they're just spreads that I come up with each month. So there's a different one each month, and I usually save 2 pages for them. And so this month, the first one that I'm doing is a goals for the school year page. This is just intended for the little things that I want to achieve in the year, whether that be to not procrastinate or to study in a more efficient way or to be a lot more active with my YouTube channel. There are just so many things that I really want to do this year that I tried last year and it didn't really work, so I have a lot of little goals that I want to work on this year, and this page is perfect to put them. I skipped the other page because I still don't know what I want to do exactly for that spread, but hopefully I will show it to you guys in my next T-Chat video. And I just realized that maybe some of you guys actually don't know what a T-Chat video is, because I actually don't think I've done any in the past, but it is a video idea series that I've always wanted to start up, and I think this year I definitely will try to. A T-Chat video, I guess, for me is basically when I most likely drink tea and I talk about my recent favorites. So I'm actually not going to be doing favorites videos this year as far as I know. I'll be changing it to the T-Chat series, so I'll try to do them at least once a month or once every 2 months, where I mention the books I've been reading, the shows I've been watching, how school's going for me, and just things like that. Maybe sharing some artworks I worked on, and also showing you guys any bullet journal spreads that I added. So as you can tell now, I'm doing my first weekly spread for Feb, and I'm starting from the 4th because I just decided to start from the 4th instead of the last week of Jan. And I really like how this spread turned out. I don't know why, I just think it's so simple and cute. And I got most of the inspiration for at least the little circles that I'm doing on the top from Amanda Rach Lee's. I believe it was her followers or subscribers takes control of my bullet journal, I think. That's the video I watched, but it was a really cute spread and very easy to do, so I'm thinking I might do something similar to this in my next spread as well. It's kind of easy to just sit down on like a Sunday or a Saturday and do this. By now you've probably been able to tell that I have incorporated the yellow color, which I really like how these two colors go together. And it really fits my sugar and honey theme. I think I'm gonna call it that for now, because it just kind of reminds me of sugar and honey. I don't know why. I look at the pink and I think of icing, and I look at the yellow and I think of honey, so. I believe the spacing for each day is 5 by 22 to 24, I'm not sure exactly, but somewhere around there. I made it pretty long because I wanted a lot of space for planning, especially since school is starting. And I decided to add a little quote at the bottom, which I haven't done that in any of my spreads, I don't believe. And it says, "In a world where you can be anything, be kind." It's a very simple quote, and I actually forgot to mention, but the original intention for the theme of February in my bullet journal was kindness. That was the theme I was going for, but I didn't really know how to incorporate that. I kind of felt like the hearts kind of said it itself, so it is intended to be a kindness spread, so that's why I added some quotes to signify that. But in general, when I look at it, I see sugar and honey, which I guess that can kind of have something to do with kindness because it's sweet, and honey and sugar is sweet. So my connections are a little weird, but I tried making the spread as cute as possible. Right now I am doing the quote page at the beginning, which as you can tell is coming right before the, I guess, cover page, and I forgot to film me doing the first quote that I did, which I don't know if you can see. It's kind of ghosting right now, but I did do a quote underneath this and I stuck a piece of paper on top because I didn't like how the previous one looked. It had a flower and I'm not going for a flower theme, so I just decided to do something a little different, and this is what I went for. So it's another quote and it says, "Kindness is the sunshine in which virtue grows," and I find it very simple and cute. And obviously I'm adding that yellow and the pink and the cream. I also wanted to kind of foreshadow the habit tracker because that was very odd compared to the rest of the spread, like the whole clips and I guess these are supposed to look like Polaroids, but I don't really know what they are. So I wanted to do some, I guess, connection with this whole spread and make it a little bit more connected with one another. So I decided to do the same little Polaroid string here as well, just like I did with my habit tracker, and I'm planning on doing a weekly spread that also looks like this. So here is the finished spread, or should I say spreads, for the month of February. It looks really simple and I'm actually quite glad with how it turned out. I definitely did not envision it to look like this when I was intending to do it. I didn't actually sketch out any of the illustrations or anything, so I just went with it. As soon as I turned my camera on, I just was like, I'm doing whatever I feel like, and I'm not too disappointed. I actually really like how it looks. Let me know some spread ideas down below what I can do for this extra page right here. Hopefully something related to school, I guess, because I don't really know what to put on it. So let me know in the comment box down below. Also, if you have any quotes related to kindness that are your favorite, comment them down below as well, so I can incorporate them in some of my weekly spreads. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I will see you guys in my next one. Bye!